Hello everyone, welcome to Afternoon Tea Time and a Card. This is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. I'm just going to give it a few seconds for everyone to find me. I can see you guys all jumping on. Welcome everyone. So this is episode number 27. I've had a few of you guys on the Facebook Stampin' Ink Designs team ask how to find the videos. The easiest way is to go at the top on a laptop, and I'm not sure on your phone, look for the word videos. It's a tab. And once you click on videos, you should find all 27 episodes. And then I also have on the units tab, during the pandemic, I had some special classes that you guys can join in. So you can find those under the units tab. Hello everyone, I can see you all coming on. I do have a few announcements before I start. So today I posted my Merry Christmas card club for the month of October. There was an issue between Constant Contact, where I do my registration form, and PayPal. They weren't talking to each other. So for those of you guys that tried to register, I was able to find your registration and I PayPal'd you an invoice and everything should be fixed. So I'm hoping you guys that usually sign up have gone back and tried it again. Now this month for my Christmas club, I'm featuring the Don't Stop Believing stamp set. I just wanted to show you a couple of the cards. This one will be included in the card kits. So each month you guys get $20 worth of Stampin' Up products. You can add the stamp set at 15% discount. And then I also include 8 card kits, and this is one of the card kits. You get 2 of each. So this will be one of the cards. You can see the embellishments are included in your package and the designer paper. And then I also include instructions for 2 bonus cards that you guys can make. And this is one of the bonus cards with the melted snowman here, which I thought was really cute. So anyway, registration is open for 8 days. So make sure you get in if you want to join in on the club for October. Another thing I want to talk about quickly is our sampler swap that I put up a few days ago. So I wanted to show you one that I had posted a picture of. This is one that I did with my team last year. As you can see, there's 9 different squares. So that means 9 people joined in. So for those of you who do not understand how this works, like this square was my square. I made 9 of these. Everybody made 9 of each square. And then everybody mails each other 1 square. So you end up with 9 different squares total. And then I'm going to do a Facebook Live to show you how to assemble your sampler. So I'm very excited to be doing this with you guys. I have an event set up for US and I have an event set up for Canada. So once the registration is ended, I'll let you guys know when to start mailing your squares out. And what else? And then the background that I use here is just the cardboard from your designer paper. I use the white side. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I think I have over 80 people signed up for the US one so far. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so my card for today. I don't even know how to pronounce this card fold. It's M-I-U-R-A, Miara card fold. I'm actually using the Poinsettia Petals bundle, which includes the poinsettia dies. Let me give you the supplies I'm using. For inks, I got Real Red, Flirty Flamingo, Mossy Meadow, and Pear Pizzazz. Who would have thought to use pink on a Christmas card? I use pink on my Christmas cards quite often. I'm also using the Champagne Rhinestone Jewels. And if you'll notice, I keep all of my embellishments in our clear cases. I always label the front so I know what's inside. And I can usually store 3 or 4 packets of each embellishment. I'm also using the classic label punch. And these are the dies I'm using today. The poinsettia, the 3 layers, and then the 2 leaves. And lastly, the cardstock. I'm going to show you the card after, and I'm using a different color than the card I'm going to show you. This is Pear Pizzazz, 10.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to show you how to score it. We also need a 1-inch strip of Pear Pizzazz, 1 inch by 11. We're going to trim that down to fit. Whisper white for stamping. And then I am using some designer paper that I forget to bring with me. Let me go get it so I can show you the sheets. Okay, this one is actually the Heartwarming Hugs. I don't know why I can never remember this one. But the designer paper measures 5 1/8 by 3 1/4. And we also need a piece of white. So you got 3 pieces that measure the same. I'm going to show you how to cut it so that you get 2 pieces on each one. So quickly, I've used a lot of this paper already. I'm just going to show you a few of the patterns. And both sides have either striped or polka dots or plaid. I just love all of these colors that you can coordinate, and they're just a simple pattern that you can use pretty much on anything. Okay, are you ready to see the card? Here's the back of it. So you can see that I have a belly band. Here's the front. My belly band slides off, so you can see I glued the multi-layered poinsettia on the front. Oh, I see a lot of likes on this. And then it looks like a card that was cut, but it's really not cut. This is all one piece. When you open it, look at the folds on it. Isn't that cool? So this one folds towards the back, and this one folds towards the front. So that's what we're going to be creating today. And I actually created a pattern. So if you guys want to make this card later, maybe what I'll do is scan it in my computer and then load it. So I have the pattern right here. Very simple. It looks complicated, but you guys can all do this. Whenever I tell you that, I have confidence in you, and I know you guys can do this. So let's get started with folding the cardstock. I'm going to try to keep this here so you guys can peek at it. I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. We're going to use the Pear Pizzazz. And as you can see here, I'm scoring at 3.5 and 7. So you can actually do 3.5 and 7, or you can flip it over and do 3.5 again. Just 2 score lines. But we're going to score some more because we need to do the fancy folds right here. Now what this is telling you, you need to go down 1 7/8 of an inch right here. You're going to turn it over and do the same thing right here. So there is a little bit of measuring. So again, 1 7/8. And I'm just going to add a little tick mark. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on this side. And now what we need to do is score this so that it'll fold. Now my easiest way to do this, we're going to fold. This is going to be the front of the card. It's going to fold backwards, and then the back is going to fold towards the front. So again, let me just show you. Okay, this one folds towards the back, this one folds towards the front. So now what I'm going to do, where's my little dots? I'm going to make my dots just a little darker so I can see them. Now I am going to fold this way so I can see my little dot. Now remember, you guys have seen me use this before. I use a black permanent marker to draw a black line on my 6-inch point. That's where this is going to come in handy. I'm going to go up to the point here and score down to the little tick mark. So by doing this black line, I can line this up. See, there's the end of my cardstock. And here is my little tick mark. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to have to press really hard because I'm actually going through 2 layers of cardstock. I'm going to go a few times, and you can see it's scored on both ends. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to line this up and go over it 3 or 4 times. Now we're all done with the scoring, so I can put my tool away. And then all we need to do, so now we're back to folding like a backwards Z. You're going to take this little dot right here. First of all, let me erase those. Now what we're going to do, we're going to press this down. See how easy it folds? And then I'm going to take my bone folder and press on both sides. So there's your first one. Look how easy that was. We're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm using my 2 fingers. I'm going to push down and fold. Now, one thing I wanted to say on this card in particular, when I first spied it, it used a 12 by 12 inch piece of cardstock. I have adapted this so that you can still use an 8.5 by 11 inch. So now when we fold this, again, this is going to go backwards. This one actually should have folded towards the front. Wait, I think I got to look. Okay, this one goes back and this one goes inside. So you're going to press back and you're going to fold in. And there's your card shape. Look how easy that was. I know you guys can do this and you're going to try it, right? Okay, now let me bring my little pattern back in. Right on the pattern it says designer paper 3 1/4 by 5 1/8. And I also did a piece of white for the inside. But we need to make sure that these are going to fit, okay? So now I need to cut one more here because this one, on each side, you're just going to have 1 cut. On this one, you're going to have 2 cuts because you've got 2 fold lines. But we're going to do the designer paper first. So we're going to use the same measurement. You're going to go down to 1 7/8. Now this one is probably going to be hard to see. Just needed to grab my trimmer. I'm going to find my 1 7/8, which is right there. Put that on my track. There's my 2 pieces. But now I need to show you a little trick. So let me go ahead and glue this one in place. This one fits perfectly. So we're going to glue that one in place, making sure there's a 1/4 inch all the way around. Now this one, because we have this space in the middle, it doesn't fit correctly. So what you need to do with this one is cut off 1/2 inch on the flat end, because it's too long. And this is going to go right up here, and look, it fits perfectly. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So 1 7/8. Bring back the trimmer. I'm trying to find my pencil mark. Okay, now I know I need to cut off 1/2 inch on this one, so I'm going to do that right off. So there's these 2 pieces. And what's really neat when you fold this, so this would fit here, and then if you turn it the other way, it fits down here. Now let's finish off the white. The white is a little different because, again, you have 2 cuts on the white. So I measured on this side 1 7/8. This time I need to measure on this side. So there is a little bit of cutting for this, but it's really simple. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the 1 7/8 diagonal cut, and then we're going to cut off 1/2 inch on the white. Okay, there's our shapes. See how easy? And now you can just start gluing all of the pieces on the inside. We are going to stamp on the white, so I'll keep that out for now. Now this one's going to go on this side. And then this little triangle is going to go right here. And then we're going to glue. Okay, now we got to do some stamping. And let me see, I didn't bring in, let me grab a scrap piece of paper. And what I did on this one is I stamped some of the poinsettia image just in the corner with real red. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just going to add partial flowers on the corners. Now let me see, this one goes, I did them upside down. Okay, that one goes there. And let me see, this one goes on the top. Now this one, I'm going to go ahead and do the sentiment first so I can do my poinsettias around. So this is Mossy Meadow. And this one's going to go this way. Now I'm going to try to make this nice and straight because I want my sentiment to be straight. Now we're just going to fill in. And I did leave some white space right here for a signature. So now we can go ahead and glue this down. That's going to go right in the middle. See how nice that fits in there? Now, let me make sure I have these right side up. So this one's going to go down here. I need to bring my card up so you can see it. And then let me make sure this is the right direction. This goes right here. So there's our 3 panels, all nicely decorated. Again, this is going to fold back. This is going to fold towards the inside. So there's the card portion. Now we need to do the belly band. So what I'm going to do with the belly band, I am going to need to cut some off. This is a little bit too long. I'm just going to wrap that around the center of the card. Make my little fold line. Now you want this to be loose enough so that it can come off and on. So don't put it too tight. What I did is I put it really tight where I folded. And then I loosened it up. And then I just want to make sure that it's going to go up and down. So let me go ahead and fold this. And now I can just cut off what I don't need. And because there is a little bit of movement in this, I'm going to use my tear and tape. I'm going to put some on the bottom of the top layer and the top of the second piece. I'm going to peel this off, but I'm going to put it back on my card to make sure it's loose when I glue it in place. And I want it to be a loose fit. So now you can see that this slides off and on very easily. Now, one little tip that I'm going to tell you because I did this wrong. When I had my belly band on, whoops, hold on. So I had it on my card and I started gluing everything on the belly band, but I get some glue in the back of my holly leaves and it stuck to my designer paper. So what I would urge you to do is to take this off to do your gluing so that you don't glue it to the front of your card because it needs to be loose. It needs to be able to go up and down. So now let's go ahead and stamp all the images we need using red, the real red ink. And we are going to use the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I still want to call it a Big Shot. There's one of the large poinsettia, the medium, and the small. And then I have 2 of the small leaf and 1 of the large leaf. That's going to be with Mossy Meadow. So 1, and then 2 more. Okay, let me remove this ink. Now I'm going to bring in Pear Pizzazz and Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to fill in all of our flowers with some different colors. So here's the Flirty Flamingo. It's going to go on the small flower. And then I'm opting to use this little one to do the medium one. But look at just a little bit of coloring that adds to it. I love that. It doesn't really need any more. And it doesn't matter if it goes out of the lines, because once you cut this, and the little one's going to go on top. There's the medium-sized one. The next one, I'm using the larger, which actually goes on the leaf, but I really loved it on the poinsettia. So this is just a quick way to add color to the flower and to the leaves. Now for the leaves, I'm going to actually use this same one. I'm going to clean it off. And I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz ink. Again, look how pretty, just a little bit of shading. And then we're also going to need a sentiment. Now, where is my sentiment? You know what? I think I forgot to dig it out. That one is from... This one is from my little gnome set. You guys always laugh at the way I say the word gnome. I think it's a gnome. Now, this one says A Little Christmas Wish, and we're going to do that with Mossy Meadow. Okay, let me move all of this ink aside so I can bring my cutting machine in. I'm going to go ahead and do the punching for the sentiment. So that's all set. Now I'm going to bring all the dies in. And you guys, I'm using the new magnetic plate today. So here's the machine. So let's go over what we need for plates. Okay, this is the new magnetic cutting plate. It's not like our old machine where it's really thick. It's actually pretty thin, you can see. It's got the magnet on the back. It's got like a smooth foamy side on the front. This is actually a self-heating mat. As it cuts through, it heals itself and you can just keep using it. And when you receive your magnetic plate, you'll get the instructions. You don't need to read all this, just follow the little picture right here. Platform 1, 2, 5, and 3. So this is what I'm going to start with. Number 1, number 2, number 5, which is your magnetic plate. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I am going to have to find the shape of my poinsettia. I'm going to go ahead and add some washi tape. The petals are not all the same, so you kind of have to find the right direction. Let me see. You guys can't see this. Let me move it over a little bit. I just need to find the right combination right there. There's number 2. Let me bring in the smaller one. Let me see, is that the right one? Yeah, I got that one right on the first shot. I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the flowers on this one. And then number 3, which is your cutting plate. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove that. So there's all of my flowers. Look how nicely that cut. It cut in just one twirl of the handle. So let me go ahead and remove that. Find my little leaf dies. And we're going to do the same thing. So I just need to cut 3 times and we'll have this all done. There's the large leaf and the small one. So this machine, you guys, it cranks so easy. I think often of my customers that have arthritis, this machine is just so much easier. Okay, we got one more leaf to go. Let me see if I can grab the washi tape off that one. And then all we have left to do is assemble the belly band and our card is complete. And I would love to see what you guys come up with. My cutting machine ran away with my sentiment. Okay. Now here's the belly band. Now it's up to you if you want to decorate the flat front or you want to do the one with the seam. You could always cover the seam with the flowers if you wanted to. So let me see, I just need to check. Okay, I did the first flower flat. So I'm going to go ahead, add glue in the center, and I'm going to add that right there. And my next layers I did with dimensionals. And those are right here. So here's my medium flower. And I'm going to make sure to turn it to fill in all those cracks you see. And then I'm going to use the mini dimensionals for the one at the top so it doesn't peek through. Let's see, that's going to go right there. I'm going to glue the sentiment right in the middle. So we don't need to add embellishment in the middle because the sentiment takes the spot right there. Okay, there's the flower so far. Now remember that you're tucking in and you don't want any glue to peek through past the belly band. So I'm just going to add glue on the very tips. I'm going to take the large leaf and tuck it in, and the 2 other leaves go on this side. You know, I need to bring this down. I also want to keep it within the confines of the card, so I don't want to go out past that belly band. Here's leaf number 3. And as you can see, I don't have any glue showing. Now I'm going to go ahead and tuck this in. And we're going to finish off with some bling. So you guys, look how quick this card was. After you do most of the scoring and cutting, it's really easy. I know you can do it. I keep telling you. I'm going to add some down here. And there we go. The card is complete. So let me open up this one so you guys can get a visual if you're tuning in late. This is what it looks like, and it bends. This is the finished one, and then this is the belly band. And where is my stamp set? I don't know what I did with my stamp set. Okay, I'm going to bring that back out just so you guys will know what I use. It's the Poinsettia Petals. So there you go, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the card, and I hope you'll give it a try. Have a good remainder of the week, and I'll see you guys next week. This was a card that Lori Austin wanted to learn how to do. And next week I have another card. Actually, I have 3 cards next week to show you for another special request. So see you then. Bye-bye.